Hello world! WayofTime here bringing to you another episode of Resonance Rises. So here I am chilling in the Nether and I came across this lovely little structure over here, and what we're going to do is quickly fly over with our Icarus's Folly or our jetpack. Just make this cool and helpful, and maybe we can sacrifice the indigenous population rather easily. Wow, one hits even pigmen. And then let's see. This is a nether shack. And let's see. Ooh, yes! And it's just bouncing and throbbing for joy. I guess it does this normally. So this is wild netherwort. And it's a little grotesque. I'm gonna leave one there just in case someone comes later. And we got some balls of enchanting, some more wild netherwort, obsidian. Actually, I think I'm gonna take that. I don't think skeleton skulls are gonna be helpful at all. A lock mold with 10 lava, nothing in there. Let's get this nice lovely little forge. Actually, this will be nice as a backup forge if I were to need one at another point in time. So now we have 20 wild netherwort in this lovely little sorcery shack of sorcerytude. I'm sorcery. Okay, so now that we have this, we're going to have to go fly home. Come fly with me, let's fly away. And of course I'm gonna have to do some world gen to get home because this is not exactly the wonderful track that I made. And take evasive action, take evasive action. You know, this is kind of like a fighter pilot game, a fighter pilot simulation where you just have to keep going, take evasive action, go through the vines. It's more like a teenage ninja turtle game at this point. Mutant spiders, run, run, run. Okay, so I'm gonna find my way back. This is where I'm really missing 7 League Stride. And then hopefully find a way to get back without killing my remaining folly of... Like, look at the lava gauge on the side. I got 27 points of death, and it could be a bit of a problem. Anyways, I'll see you back at the base. Oh great, another dead end. Just my luck. Okay, so what are we going to want to do? Let's see. Soul sand, soul sand, soul sand, soul sand. I'm thinking what we should do probably is make a manual netherwort or wild net. Does it produce light? It freaking produces light. Yay! And can I have those back, please? It'd be very helpful. Okay, supposedly I have them back. So, what are we going to need to do? We need to make Mojo. And how are we going to make Mojo? Well, to make Mojo, we will need to make a mixer. So let's mix this up and hopefully... I'm not going to even continue with that. Okay, so golden cogs. Golden cogs, golden cogs. We only have an orb mold in there right now. And this is probably where another forge, I'll stop now, another forge is going to go. Okay, so let's see what we are going to need. Let's put this forge here, actually. That will give us a bit of lava. And I suppose this will be making some more lava to fill the void. Let's keep that in there for now. And we might as well put the mixer stuff in here. No, we just need to get this stuff. Okay, so how many cogs do we currently have at our disposal? Actually, let's get rid of some of the useless stuff. Not going to bother crafting that. Will I need that? Probably. So let's put all the desirables away, such as this, and okay, this, and might as well keep that there. Blah blah. And we're probably going to need this chain very soon, so let's see what we need. We need to make a mixer. Mixer is easy enough to make, and that's just going to require some wood, some stone, a piston. Actually, do we have everything that we need for a piston? Let's see, let's see. Yes, we do. Okay, so let's make 4 pistons. That'll be enough. And we're going to need to make the cogs for everything, right? Right. So, iron and gold. And we're going to need gold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so this is where our crafting is going to need to start making sense. And we'll put this here. Actually, that's not to be there. That's to be there. We'll make 3 cogs from that. So, okay, so how are we going to have stuff crafting? And I'm thinking eventually that's going to despawn. But what I'm thinking is that we'll have all of our automated crafting stuff over here. Or at least, yeah, how are we going to do that? Fluix crystals. How much nether materials do we have? Probably not enough for any sort of solid amount of fluix stuff. So let's put the... Where's the pulverizer? We have a pulverizer on this level, you doofus. You doofus face. Okay, so let's put the nether quartz in there. And what we're going to want to do is make some cables. So let's get our ME cable. Wait a second. What I'm going to want to do is start getting stuff ready for some automation. For this automation to get anywhere close to being ready, ME transition plane. The heck? The heck? We're definitely going to want... Yeah, we're definitely going to screw around with that this episode. Power relay, condenser... Are these just items, or are they blocks that we're going to be able to use in the future? If they're blocks, I really want to see what they are useful for. Use. Actually, there doesn't seem to be any use for the the condenser. So that means that this has some sort of use that I'm going to have to document for everything. Okay, so we're going to need to make a pattern encoder. And that's going to be an easy enough thing to create. We're going to need to make some conversion matrices, which is going to require some of these. And let's make as many of these as we possibly can. That makes things a lot easier. Okay, now we're going to need to make one of these. And we appear to be missing something. Ah, fudge. Fudge, 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 fudge. Okay, so we're going to need a lot of nether quartz, apparently. And not just for the fluix dust, but we are going to need nether quartz for our nether quartzing so we can nether quartz. Sounds good. And wait a second. This is where ways, not necessarily derping, but more like not thinking things through comes into play. First, we're going to do some noms, and then we're going to go up, and you probably know where I'm going with this. Ta-da! We definitely have enough nether quartz to drown several hippos at one singular instance. How many is several? More than a few, so that's going to be a good indicator. So let's just throw our nether quartz in there. And what we're probably going to want to do is eventually generate a system. Are you going to be moving? Okay, the green thing that looks vulgar is not going to be pulsing up and down. So that is going to be a nice, lovely little change. So how many of these are we going to need? We can only make 3, so that's a nice start. Make one of these, and then finally we can make this. So the pattern encoder, you probably are well aware at this point, it encodes patterns. And you probably have no bloody clue what that is, so we're going to need to get a little freaky with that. Na 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 na. Okay, and that does work. Okay, so that is good. So for any sort of assembly, let's see. Can we get... we got that part at least, so that's good. But let's just go me first and get everything ready. So for auto crafting with applied energistics, we're going to need to make a multi-block structure. It's going to require heat vents, and it's going to require assembler containment wall. Dang! Dang, dang, dang. That's going to take quite a bit. So if we do our math right, what we're going to want to do is a 3x3x3 ME assembler thing to start off with. It's the most, well, easy one to go with, and probably will be very easy. But we're going to need a pattern provider to start off with. But what we're going to want to really start off with is to get these basic processors. We're going to want to make like, let's make 10 of them. Good. So actually 10 of each, if we can. There, and okay, six shall do. Okay, 6 of those and 10 of those, and this will give us a good broad base of what we're going to be doing. Let's go with that. And everything is good. We got enough energy. We are using enough energy, and things are going smoothly. So let's bring this back. So we're going to want to make the multi-block structure and get everything all accounted for. So hopefully that will be good. Let's actually, yeah, let's throw our diamond blocks all over the place because that's such a killer idea. That is such an idea of unrivaled proportions that I'm surprised no one has ever figured to do that before. Yeah, you're just so smart, Way. You are so smart, and we only have one left, huh? Fudge, we're going to need some wood, and we're probably going to need a wood farm for everything, considering. Though we don't have much wood that we're going to need now, so I suppose it's not going to be needed. Anyways, auto-crafting. Crafting is annoying sometimes, so making this stuff auto-craft will be nice. Okay, so we're going to want to make a 3x3x3 structure, and it's going to be an easy enough footprint. For this footprint, how thick is this wall? It's good. Okay, so this wall is going to be 3 thick, right? And we're going to want to have this structure strong enough eventually. In fact, this is currently too thick. Too thick. It's not too thick, it's too thick, okay? If you get the synapses, I think you're fine. And I think we're just going to build it like that. So the footprint is going to be basically where that torch was and going around like that. Great. Okay, so if it's 3x3x3, what we need are containment walls, assembler containment walls to go for the edges. And then we're going to want heat vents. So we need 6 heat vents and we need 20 assembler walls. 8 plus 8. Yeah, okay, so we're going to want quite a few of those. So first, the 6 heat vents. We're missing a few things, aren't we? We're missing iron bars. Okay, so let's fudge. Come on. There we go. I said, there we go. Okay, how many are we going to need? That'll be enough, actually. And then we'll go with this one. Well, that was definitely good. We're going to want to make some of these. So how many are we going to want to make? 21. 21 will be sufficient for everything. And 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That'll be good for everything here, all things considered. So this will want to be here, here, and here, and here. There. Ta-da! Kind of looks like a fusion reactor, though is not quite what we want. Anyways, we need to move on for the sake of sanity. We're going to need to make containment walls, and we're going to need 20 of these in total. Quite an expensive structure, but it does seem like we have everything that we need. So all things considered, everything is going well enough that we don't need to worry too much about any dire consequences. Da 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 da. There we go. And we got an ME molecular assembler chamber with 64 slots ready for ME patterns. Now the only thing for now that we need to do is get those cables again. 16 cables will be sufficient for everything that we need to do. Connect it to the network simply by that. Good job. And there we go. Now this is connected, and now we're going to use a lot more energy. 17 units per tick. That should be good, considering everything, and I think we are swell. Golden lantern. Regular lantern. That might be nice for a different decoration. It might be nice in here, actually. You know what? Doesn't really matter. Okay, so what do we have right now? Got all the lava fabrication. This is full. We got those, so we might as well cog these up to science. Science! I'll kill you. And the lava fabricator is still going strong. It already used all the lava that it had saved up here. Wow, this is such an inefficient... Speaking about inefficiencies, what were we doing before? Let's see. LXP room here. Wow. That is really low, actually. That is quite low considering how much it can store. That's only 1 day of usage. And now it's bobbing up and down. That's just freaky. That is freaky. Ugh. And they're in tandem. That's avert your eyes way. Okay, so now that we have that, do we have an aqueous accumulator? I think we have one somewhere, so let me grab that and I think we'll continue. Get away. Okay, so where would we want to have this machine running? For Mojo Production, are we going to have any access Mojo? Probably not. So, since this is going to be a textbook build, so to speak, I'm just going to have, let's see, some here, some right here, and this is very glitchy water right now. Actually, it's so glitchy that it doesn't seem like the first bucket took. There. Good. Everything good? Jolly? And let's place this here. And now we should get stuff there, and just in case, we're going to make sure it doesn't output. So now we have a water source right here. Don't you dare pick that up. And we're going to put this here, and I think that's good. Okay, so how much magic? Oh, we definitely have enough magic dust, and those cogs are complete. So now I'm going to remember the recipes. So we're going to need 1, 2, 3... and the rest of those can go away, but we're going to need a furnace, which is an easy enough construct, and redstone torches, which we got 2 of. Good. And do we have everything? Okay, we got the cogs, we got the redstone torches, we got the chain. Yep. So we just need to get the tinker table, tinker station, put these 2 in, put that in, put this in, put that in, and put these in. I said these in. There we go. Now we have the redstone power generator system. And what we're going to need is probably, let's just check what we need instead of, and it's shaped crafting. So we need to get some more wood and 2 buckets, right? To the forest, which is that way. Or we could use silver wood, though that is a little cheesy. Are you thinking what I'm thinking? I sure hope you are, because I'm talking to myself. So let's get 1 piece of wood, I suppose. That'll be enough. You know, an axe of the stream would really work right now. Oh yeah, I lost that. So many things that I think of replacing so long after I've actually needed it. So let's go and get that. That's really helpful. We need 2 buckets, so we need to get iron and get these out of the way. Oh, we had cogs. Why didn't I think of using them? Well, there is a perfectly logical explanation of that, but I suppose there's no point in saying it because you are insane. Okay, so mixer down. It's going to automatically get the water in it up to 16 buckets. That's nice. So we just need to put this here and put this here. Now, the mixer, it has 1 recipe. So after 300 seconds, it'll consume the 16 magic dust and 4 wild netherwort and maybe 4 buckets of water? Yeah, 4 buckets of water. And it's 300 seconds, meaning 5 minutes, I think. And it should theoretically automatically output into here. Theoretically. So we're probably going to want to have some sort of Mojo storage system considering how long it actually takes for this. So we're probably going to want an ender tank. Actually, what would be good is a void barrel. Or one of those barrels at least. Let's get that, let's get that. And where is that barrel that we had? Barrel. No, seriously, where is that barrel? Barrel, oh barrel, come and get some barrel. Actually, you know, that barrel will be very good to use because, frankly, it's a pain in the butt to create. And I actually don't think I have it anymore. Which is very odd considering. Let's just check the barrel again and see what's required to make it. Doesn't require much to create it, so I suppose we can make one of those, but the barrel can contain a lot of liquid, so we might as well make it. Hey look, more wood. Great. You know it's very fun when you're trying to hit them with Excalibur and instead you hit them with an ME cable. Definitely does not have the intended effect when battling several creatures at once. So just for simplicity's sake, we're going to make two of them. Yeah, two iron barrels. We'll keep one of them as a spare, and we'll put this one right here. And this should contain all the mojo that we get here because it does seem that it automatically outputs, though that may just be my imagination. And if it automatically outputs, it may automatically output to the runic infuser. Though if it does, it doesn't really seem like that much of a what's this? Is it a rune? Blank rune, right? Yeah, do we have any blank runes left? We must. Unless it deleted them when we... Nah, that would be just so possible, I suppose. Ah, my goodness, these are... Bah! Get away from me, pulsating green thing. Now I'm wondering, do golems actually... Golems may actually be able to interact with these because they may follow the eye plantable possibility. Actually, that might be a good thing to test out. If it does, that means we have an automatable farm, quite easy automatable farm. If it doesn't, then that's just stupid and I should talk to the mod author about that, but anyways, I digress. I'm gonna wait for this mixer to give us something to work with, and in the meantime, I suppose I'll work on getting a few patterns. Let's just get the pattern stuff. Now I'm going to make a bit of glass, make a bunch of patterns, then we can go and encode those at our displeasure. Yeah, at our displeasure we'll encode all that. And the verdict is... Dang. Well, 5 for 5 is still good, so we got 5 buckets worth of Mojo, or 5 liters as it's commonly called, and we made a few patterns which I suppose we'll utilize at a later point in time. Let's just throw that back in. But what we're going to need are some liquid ducts, not liquid ducks, because ducts, they quack too much, and I suppose it's not something we're going to want to utilize at this point in time. So let's just get a bunch of liquid ducts. And how are we going to set this up? I suppose we can set it up in a very easy manner. Yeah, that will work perfectly. Yeah, maybe not as perfectly as I expected. What we're going to do is, well, we're going to need to pick up this water because we're going to want a cable there, and we're going to put this water here instead. And how we're going to have stuff is we're going to pull out with this side, which means that there needs to be a lever here or on that side, but I suppose doesn't really matter which end it is, but in any case the other part is that there's going to need to be levers here, and this is going to not output there. Thanks. Let's get that back. It's going to need to be there. This will output. Okay, so that's good. There will be a lever right down there which will trigger that liquid duct to pull from the tank into the runic infuser. What? You gotta be bloody joking me. Are you? Can you not connect? Okay. Connection test is a go. we have seen that this does not Saka papier. That really sucks. That does really suck. Okay, so the Okay, so how are we going to fix this? Not an easy way, that's for sure. There are a few methods to fix this though. We know that if we were to take a bucket, in fact, let's get a bucket now and sap from here. We got a Mojo bucket. Is it placeable? No, it is not. But if we were to place it here, we would be able to get magic essence in here. And not take it out, but that's something else. So now we have magic essence in here, so we could theoretically manually feed this in, but that's not automatable. So what we're going to need to do is something a little different. This stuff is not needed, unfortunately, so we can just button that back up as requisite, and we still need to get a lever. Do we have any sort of levers right at our thing? Wait, levers won't work because, yeah, that. Let's go with something a little more drastic and get our redstone. La la la, and this provides a constant redstone signal, so how are we gonna put that there? You know what? Screw it. Okay, that'll pull water. Is that pulling water? Okay, I'm going to take a quick second because I need to think a bit. Then I'll be back after my little fuming session. Okay, so let's see what we are possibly able to do. We're going to go and do a bit of experimentation with what we have right now. So we're going to get a bunch of these, and let's see. There's a lot of mojo in this, and I'm just going to take out all of that just for fun. Yes, it's all because of fun, and I suppose for now, since this isn't having any use, we'll throw the barrel in here. So what I want to test is, are we able to pull stuff out from the side, and does it obey the I-sided inventory management? So what we're going to do first is put a bucket in here, and that, yeah, let's put a bucket in here and see what happens. So does it pull from this side, the right side, when it's there? No, it does not. So let's put that here instead. And just see if anything is pulled out. No. So instead, let's put gunpowder in. Okay, gunpowder is pulled out from the side. That much I see is an obvious assumption. So if you get gunpowder while it's on the top also, then we are in a bit of a problem. Please be Mojo bucket. Fudge, 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 fudge. There's only one other possibility that we are going to be able to experiment with, and that is with the use of routers, which I suppose this I'm going to take out because it's not going to be useful. Actually, I don't think it's even useful in this. We can probably set this up, knowing my luck, by just setting it up for something else. I'll change that so it's not as inefficient with those in a second, but I want to check with routers. Okay, router down. There's a bunch of slots here. You can probably tell. What we're going to do is set this up so it's slots. So individual slots will extract. Now insert. Back into slot 0. Are we able to? No, it doesn't seem like we are. Let's just extract everything. And put this instead into here. Nope. Okay, slot 1. Okay, good. Slot 2. Let's just do that. Good. And slot 3. Good. So now let's pull everything out. Slot 4. It's not pulling anything, except if I put it there. No. Slot 5. Well, now that doesn't seem to be very helpful. No, not at all. So what it looks like it's doing, or rather not doing, let's just take this out. Put the runic infuser here and see if our last theory works. Okay, so it doesn't automatically output to any sort of liquid system. So it's set up so that whenever you have it with liquid, it will just pump out from the water side. And the top, I'm pretty sure, is the same in that regard. Just look at the levers everywhere. Up. Okay, we got business. We have business. Ha ha! Okay, so now we're able to, well, it looks like lava. That much, I suppose, we're not going to be, fudge. Okay, so obviously we are going to be able to store this in void stuff. And I'm going to try one more thing. Let's just get our void barrel first. And where is, not our void barrel, but whatever. Put that there. It's going to obviously be able to connect with the liquid ducts, and now we'll be able to get our mojo out from the top of this. There we go. Don't tell me you do. No, 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 no. You have to connect. Throw. Are you not even able to go into the barrel? That is annoying. Okay, so there are definitely problems with these systems. It doesn't seem to recognize whatever it's spewing. However, I think it might be able to recognize it if it goes into here. Does it even connect? No, there's only the top and bottom. Remember, Way? Okay, there. And it does, in fact, go into here, and it is all of that fancy little mojo stuff. So let's grab that again and check. We have mojo. Okay, so are we able to automatically output into here? Yes, we are. Into a voided area of non-existence. Well, now, that is very fun. That is definitely very fun. This stuff is almost impossible to automate currently in its form. At least I have some concrete suggestions for the sorcery mod maker, so that we'll be able to make this a little more helpful in the future. So, at least we do know some of the shortcomings of the sorcery mod, and we'll be able to hopefully reconcile them in the future. So, that's all the time we have for this episode of Resonance Rises. If you like what you see, don't forget to rate, comment, and subscribe to future episodes. WayofTime here, signing off. Have a wonderful day. At least we're going to be able to automate the Mojo Production.